Hello பசங்களா, welcome all of you to We Need Tamil Nadu. எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? So இன்னைக்கு வந்து நம்ம neural control and coordination we are going to decode. I know this chapter was pending for some time, but then we are going to decode the chapter today. It's a very easy chapter, but ana weightage வந்து it has been varying in the past years a lot, like you know there's a lot of fluctuations, but it's okay because I told you all the time that do not focus on human physiology weightage, because these are the chapters that is going to build your foundation in MBBS. If you are going to be a doctor and you don't know about your own body, then students, in the type of doctor are you? So adanale do not focus on the weightage for these kind of chapters. These kind of chapters are more of chapters which will build your foundation for your MBBS. So even if weightage is not there, it's good for you to understand this chapter, and you're in Gopika Ma'am's class, so obviously I'm going to make it very very easy for all of you. So in the chapter, the first part of the concept is going to be neuron, types of neuron and action potential. Second part of the chapter is going to be where we are going to learn about brain. So that is the end of the whole thing. Now many of the students get confused in action potential because how the sodium gates are coming, potassium gates are coming. It's super confusing for majority of you. So we are going to decode that also today's class. So make sure that you're smashing the like button. I'm not seeing a lot of attendance in the class. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to repeat. And if you do that, then classes will reduce on the channel and you can see the difference on the channel. So I want all of you to attend the class, share it with your friends. Make sure to, smash the like button. And after class, if you're watching it recorded, make sure that you put the comments also how the class was. Majority of my, GMAs do that, but some of them will be like, no, I don't want to do it. So adanale make sure video kapram, make sure to comment and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if the channel is helping you in any way possible. Okay va? So students, start பண்ணலாமா? So நமக்கு வந்து first ஒரு introduction இருக்கு, ரொம்ப கேவலமான ஒரு introduction. So அதனால you don't have to be worried. Okay. As you know, the functions of organ and organ systems in our body must be coordinated to maintain homeostasis. Okay, we have to maintain our body's temperature, metabolic activities ellame maintain பண்றதுக்காக ஒரு coordination necessary. இப்போ example, in the channel coordinate பண்றதுக்கு I am there, my team members are there. So what is everyone going to do? One person will record the videos, one person will tell that this video has to go today, one person will do the video thumbnail, one person will update the video. அந்த மாதிரி எல்லா sections are coordinated. In the coordination kapram da one thing will come out, one output you are getting to see. So every video there is a lot of coordination that is going, right? So coordination is the process through which two or more organs interact and complement the function of one another. So coordination meaning and a definition, and a coordination is the process through which two or more organs interact and complement the function of one another. For example, when we do physical exercise, நம்ம வந்து gym போகும்போது இல்லனா walking, running அந்த மாதிரி physical exercise பண்ணும்போது the energy demand is increased. நமக்கு வந்து energy அதிகமா வேணும் because you are doing a lot of tasks, right? Normally if you are just sleeping like this, thinking like this, அந்த டைம்ல வந்து energy you don't want that much, but ஆனா இந்த டைம்ல நமக்கு energy வந்து we need to increase, so we need that energy. Body will be asking for that energy. So when we do physical exercise, the energy demand is increased for maintaining an increased muscular activity. Okay, the supply of oxygen is also increased. This I have already taught you in breathing and exchange and body fluids and circulation, that how our red fibers, white fibers work, how normal oxygen flow will be 5 ml, ana during exercise it can go up to 15 ml. So andha madri nama body will ask, telling that give me some oxygen bro, give me some oxygen, I want oxygen. So andha madri oru setup la nadakum. So the increased supply of, one second students, in the volume vandu I will just mute it, illana later disturbance will come. Okay, so the increased supply of oxygen necessity, and increase in rate of respiration, heartbeat, and increased blood. Okay, so blood flow. So inga vanda what and all is increasing, you tell me? So when you are working out, right, first thing what you're going to have an increase, the students, increase in rate of respiration. Rate of respiration. Okay, rate of respiration. Adukapram, if rate of respiration வந்து high இருந்துச்சா, obviously physical exercise la நம்ம heartbeat வந்து increase ஆகும். Okay, you would have noticed that when you're working out, how many of you go to gym? Okay, they'll be like, ma'am, no time to take bath only, ma'am, where to go to gym? Okay, heartbeat will increase. Ella letters me is missing. Okay, so here rate of respiration done, heartbeat done, and increased blood flow, because if blood flow is not increased, then how will the oxygen reach anywhere? So adanale increased blood flow. Okay, increased blood flow. Clear? Now, look here, when physical exercise is stopped, the activities of the nerves, lungs, heart and kidney gradually returns to their normal condition. Thus, the functioning of muscles, lungs, heart, blood vessels, kidney and other organs are coordinated while performing. They are coordinated while performing physical exercise. In our body, the neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinates and integrates all this activity. That brings us to the introduction of the chapter. Nama vandu already chemical coordination we have studied, so adanala konja ulta pulta order we are going. So adanala this chapter will become more easier for you because you already know some terminologies like your endocrine gland. So, neuroendocrine system na enna students, namakku vandu two systems irukku nama body la. Okay, one vandu nama neural system vandu ella signals, ella impulse me correct it will make it will go to the cell or it will go to the organ for sending the signals. அதுக்கப்புறம் நமக்கு வந்து endocrine gland இருக்கு. நம்ம chemical coordination chapterல வந்து நம்ம என்ன main focus என்னன்னா hormones ma'am. So endocrine gland is a ductless gland. So this neuroendocrine system na two main parts students. நமக்கு வந்து two main things we have to study here. All these notes will be available in the description box. So make sure that you are clicking the link, taking the notes as well. Okay. So here students you have your neural system. Okay. Beautiful notes we are going to make today. I want all of you to just stay back and promise me that you will complete the lecture. That is more important for me as a teacher. More than endocrine system. Now, neural system la students, some special things are what? Ma'am, neural system la there is our entire nervous system. Yes ma'am, nervous system is there. But other than that, in the neural system on the students, it is mostly faster compared to your endocrine. And endocrine vanda enna nadakum students, endocrine la I've told you this before also, I've told you this in chemical coordination also. Imagine this is the organ, okay, or this can be your pituitary. Let's just draw our pituitary only, so it will be like a revision for you to remember as well. Okay, anterior lobe, posterior lobe and your infundibulum, right? So idha nama pituitary. So from here the hormones have to be released. Yes ma'am, hormones will be released. Ana in the hormones வந்து எங்க release ஆகும்? இதுக்கு வந்து duct கிடையாது, tube கிடையாது. So அதனால இந்த hormones எல்லாமே நம்ம blood stream ல தான். Okay, it is all going into the blood stream and from the blood stream it is going to reach the target organ. Okay, so this diagram we will draw it this way. Okay, this is your blood stream. Okay, this is our blood stream. Okay, so from here the hormones are going to enter into this. Yes or no? Yes ma'am, and they are going to get transported and all the way they will reach our target organ. Okay, understood? Nama target organ le reach agum. Okay, now look here, what is happening? So in endocrine gland, this is your gland, this is the blood vessel and it is reaching a target organ. Ana students, idu vandu konja slow ah da irukum. Okay, this is going to be slow compared to your neural one. Okay, it's going to be slow and this is faster. Ana it is not long lived, it is shorter. Okay, shorter impulses are sent. Okay, so we can say shorter and it is not longer duration. Impulse vanda fast it is going to reach and it is going to just leave. It is not going to be longer. Ana idu vandu konja kuda longer ah irukum. Okay, it will be for longer duration in the blood. Okay, longer duration in the blood. Is this clear? Handwriting is okay, right? Okay, understood this? Faster, shorter, slower, longer duration. And this hormone students, please understand, it is in very trace amount. Okay, in the hormones vanda it is in very trace amount. So adinale it is going to be transported with lot of ultimate care, because enna main problem enna very less amount. I told you that day also, if you want growth hormone, you will have to take it from lot of people because it is in very small. Okay, so this one's reaction or the amount at which it is going also, adu vandu effect vandu adhigama irukum. Inga vandu appadi kedaiyadu, normal ana oru neuron transport. So here you should remember that this is happening because of your neuron and neuroglial cells. This also we have studied in our previous class, that there is in a structural organization we have studied that neurons form the structural and functional unit of your nervous system, and now with that we also have our neuroglial cells. Enna irukum? Neuroglial cells irukum, which make up almost the 1/5 of the total volume of the nervous system. Okay, 1/5 of the total. Clear? Understood this much? So this is it. Neural system, faster, shorter, longer duration and trace amount. This is all that you have to study. I hope all of you are enjoying the class and also marking the attendance. Okay, clear? One second, students. Done. Okay, now next topic vanda, this is understood, no? Nama ipa neural systems in smaller organism, adukapram higher organism we are going to study. So look here, students, the neural organization is very simple because they are already primitive organisms. So adanal nama vandu complicated ana neural system illa nervous system vandu set pandradhukku there is no point of it. So adanal it is going to be very lower, and in lower vertebrate it is going to be very simple. Okay, hydra is composed of a network of, it is very important, students, hydra is composed of a network of neurons. So here we can say hydra have the nerve net. Okay, hydra is composed of the nerve net. Okay, the neural system is better organized in insects where a brain is present along with number of ganglia. Nama vandu cockroach padikumbodhu, students, in cockroach, all of you remember we had studied this, where we studied about supraesophageal ganglion, subesophageal ganglion. So here we say the brain is actually your supraesophageal, okay, ganglion. Okay, supraesophageal ganglion that actually acts as the brain. Okay, nama cockroach la vanda adha we have studied. So the same thing they have written here. The vertebrates have a more developed neural system. Nama neural system la vanda namakku vanda mainly irukkiradhu enna, students, nama neurons. Okay, nephrons and neurons vanda confuse pannada. Nephron vanda kidney la, neuron vanda nama brain la, spinal cord la ellame irukum. Okay, I don't like this color, so let's change the color. Okay, let's take some bright colors. Okay, done. Okay, understood this much? So basic things we have studied, students, just the basic and neural organization is very simple in lower invertebrates. Hydra is composed of a network of neuron, and the network of neuron ku nama enna solluva, nerve net nu. Okay, adukapra, students, the neural system is better organized in insects where the brain is made up of your number of ganglia, and we call it your supraesophageal ganglia. Okay, supraesophageal ganglia. Clear? Supraesophageal ganglia, supraesophageal ganglia irukka, subesophageal ganglia irukka. Ganglia na oru aggregation. Okay, ganglia na oru aggregation. Okay, one aggregation it is, aggregation and neural tissues. Vertebrates have more developed neural system. Okay, more developed neural system. Clear? Okay, now human nervous system or a human neural system. So starting la vandu nama oru chinnadana oru introduction irukku nama NCERT la, where they are talking about your central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. So nama vandu adhe order la continue pannalam. Okay, so let's go and understand. Okay, here we go. Tell me it's a straight line, students. The biggest wish is that I draw a straight line. Oh wow, today is a big day. Okay, So here we go. So students, now neural or human nervous system la enna irukku? Ma'am, we always talk about one thing, that is our central nervous system. Yes or no? Yes ma'am, central nervous system. Central nervous system. This is what we call in simple words as CNS, central nervous system. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன இருக்கு மேம்? வெரி சிம்பிள் மேம். நமக்கு சென்ட்ரல் நர்வஸ் சிஸ்டம் இருக்கு, அதுக்கப்புறம் நமக்கு பெரிஃபெரல் நர்வஸ் சிஸ்டம் இருக்கு. கரெக்ட் ஆர் நாட்? எஸ் மேம், பெரிஃபெரல் நர்வஸ் சிஸ்டம் இஸ் தேர். Students, in the peripheral nervous system PNS, central nervous system வந்து CNS ஆயிருக்கும். So, in the central nervous system ல என்னெல்லாம் இருக்கும்? I know all of you will be already putting the answers in the chat box. Central nervous system ல mainly two things are going to be there. What is that, students? One is going to be the brain. Okay, one is going to be the brain. அதுக்கப்புறம் நமக்கு வந்து spinal cord. இதுதானே main? Yes ma'am, this is the main. So, here is where all the control in your body is going to happen. This is the place where all the control in your body is going to happen, and there, this is your spinal cord, which again is a very important in our reflex action. Okay, நம்ம வந்து சின்ன வயசுல reflex action படிக்கும்போது we have studied this. Yes or no? Now, just imagine students, நமக்கு வந்து நம்ம brain இருக்கு. Okay, and for the brain and the spinal cord, there will be lot of nerves that are going, no? Yes or no? If this is your brain and the spinal cord, there are lot of nerves which are going towards this. Yes or no? Lot of nerves which are going towards this. We can say like this, okay? Lot of nerves are there which are moving towards this, and that nerves will all come under your peripheral nervous system. Just like imagine பண்ணிக்கோங்க, you want to go to Chennai. Chennai போகிறதுக்கு you have bus, train, flight, எல்லா சர்வீஸும் இருக்கு. So, the mode of transport that you are taking there, no, அந்த மாதிரி தான் the nerves which are going to your brain and your spinal cord வந்து நம்ம peripheral nervous system ல இருக்கும். So, brain-க்கு போக nerve, students, is called as your cranial nerves. Okay, cranial nerves, and the nerves that are going to the spinal cord will be called as spinal nerves. Clear? I hope this is clear to all of you. So far, good, right? No doubts here? Yes, ma'am, no doubts here. Okay. Now, students, remember cranial nerves வந்து நமக்கு 12 pairs. Okay, we are going to have how many? We are going to have 12 pairs. Okay, and spinal nerves is going to be 31 pairs. Okay, 31 pairs. Clear? Now, peripheral nervous system le further divisions are also there, which I will teach you in the further as well. Okay, so just understand this much. This is the basic. Again, peripheral nervous system, we will see autonomic nervous system. Okay, under that again you will see sympathetic, parasympathetic, and the madri classifications irukku. Ana idudha romba mukkiyam, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Is that clear to all of you? Yes or no? Come on, fire emojis in the chat box. Okay, don't be all sleepy. That okay ma'am, I'll study later. Clear? I'll write here earlier. Let's see here if space is there. Okay, இப்போ வந்து students நம்ம peripheral nerves இல்லை. Peripheral nerves means the nerves which are taking and going, no? And the nerves, like one will be the one that is bringing, that is from the organ to the CNS, one will be bringing, one will be taking from the CNS and going back to the organs. Example, okay, example, just imagine one of you touched a hot object. Okay, just imagine my phone is the hot object. So, by mistake I touched the hot object, immediately I will retrieve the hand. So, one signal has gone from my sensory afferent nerves to the brain telling that this fellow has touched the hot object. Now, brain will send a signal back telling that ask him to retrieve his hand. And the madrita reflex. Now, I have told in casual words. So, remember that when you study your cranial nerves also, you have to study two different things. What is that? The one that is coming in, okay. The one that is coming in, okay, in is called as your afferent, okay, afferent. The one that is coming in is called as your afferent. So, it is, students, it can also be called your sensory because it is the one that has taken the signal from the organ to the CNS. Okay, it has taken the signal from the organ to the CNS because I touched and it got to know. Okay, now one person has to send it back from the brain to the organ, yes or no? That will be called as what? That will be called as what? So one person will, so this is the one that's bringing the signal from the organ to the CNS. Now from the CNS to the organ, there will be one that is going, which is called as your motor neuron, or else it's also called as your efferent. Efferent is easy to remember because நம்ம வந்து already kidney chapterல இது வந்து முடிச்சிட்டோம். So அதனால motor and efferent, afferent இது எல்லாமே easy தான். Afferent na the one that is bringing in, the efferent na the one that is taking away. Okay. So here what is going to happen, students? This is going to be நம்ம CNS to the organ. CNS to the organ. So two things you have studied: afferent neuron, sensory, motor, efferent. Clear? Done? Yes? Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yes. Again, I told you further divisions is there where you have your somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Again, autonomic is divided into parasympathetic and sympathetic. Sympathetic one the students, parasympathetic and sympathetic also, again voluntary, involuntary actions are there. So that also I will teach you. Again, I will teach you in the further because in this slide one already it is full. Okay, it is full. So this is clear to all of you, right? Now we will go forward and understand the structure of neuron. So நம்ம neuron nervous system la enna important ma'am? Neuron da romba important. So neuron la students, one second, just get my glasses. Yes, let's understand the structure of neuron. Okay, students, நம்ம neuron la mainly two things are there. Yes or no? Yes ma'am. One cell body is there and then some extensions are there. Correct? All of you have seen a neuron or anyone who is seeing the neuron for the first time. Normally, நம்ம நியூரான்ல வந்து என்ன இருக்கு? ஒரு சைட்டான் இல்லைனா ஒரு செல் பாடின்னு சொல்லலாம். செல் பாடி இல்லைனா ஒரு சைட்டான் is present. Correct? Yes. With that, there are a lot of extensions which are present, where your extensions also can be divided into two. ஒரு சைடில் dendrite இருக்கு students. Okay, dendrites. இன்னொரு சைடில் நமக்கு axon is present. Axon is present. So this is what a neuron has: cell body, cyton, extensions la வந்து dendrites and your axons. Okay. Now this dendrites also, students, இதுக்கு வந்து it's like that you know, like Vikram. Okay, like Vikram, different personalities will be there. No, adu madri da lot of names are there. Lot of names. I'll try to write majority of the names. One is cyton. Okay, I will do one thing. I'll write here only cyton. Okay, below that I will write the other names. Okay, we have names like cell body, okay, soma, perikaryon. இந்த மாதிரி lot of names are there: cell body, perikaryon, cyton, okay, soma, இந்த எல்லாம். Okay, okay, don't write soma and come. So cell body, your neuron has two parts. One is called your cyton, which is the cell body. Adukapram students, extensions are there. One is called the dendrite, one is called the axon. Okay, yes or no? Now different types of neuron will be there based on if these people are going to be branched. Okay, if these people are going to be branched or they are going to be unbranched. Okay, they can be branched. This axon is, students, unbranched or single ana or structure. Okay, or single ana structure. So adanaala idu vandu unbranched aayirukkum. Okay, unbranched and single aayirukkum. It's going to be single. And idu vandu many will be present because branched now obviously many is going to be present. So this is nama general introduction. Ipo vanda students, I already told you that nama nervous system la, okay, nama nervous system paakumbodhu, nervous system la namakku vandu neurons irukku, adukapram, okay, neurons are present. Okay, neurons are present and நமக்கு வந்து neuroglial cells are also present. Neuroglial cells are also present. Not just neuroglial cells, we are going to be introduced to many other cells like your Schwann cells. Okay. எல்லா செல்ஸுமே present ஆயிருக்கும். Every cells will have one function also. So it is not like, okay, neuroglial cells, what they will do? Neuroglial cells, students, it increases the efficiency. Okay. Increase the efficiency, okay, and working. Efficiency in sollalam illana, like basically to increase the efficiency of the neuron impulse, okay, and the impulse transport pandradhukku efficiency increase panname, so adanal increases the efficiency of the impulse transport, okay, or we can say of the neuron functions. And not just that, student, not just increases the efficiency, it also provides a lot of support, okay, provides support, clear? Done. This is understood. So nervous system la we have studied CNS PNS, adukapra again classifications are there, but Anna, is this understood? This is very clear to all of you, yes or no? Very easy, right? Yes. So நம்ம neuron பத்தி பேசும்போது students, நம்ம neuron வந்து basically என்ன ma'am? Neuron is nothing but the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Structural and functional unit of a nervous system. This is very important. Okay, clear? Okay, now we will understand the structure. First we should, okay, we'll also study the types of neuron. First I will teach you the structure of a neuron, adukapram we will do the types of neuron. Okay va? So students, நம்ம normally neuron draw பண்ணும்போது okay, so we will draw it like this, okay, 1 2 3 4 5, yeah. Okay, this is the axon, okay, yes. And students, இங்கே வந்து நமக்கு dendrites இருக்கும், okay. I'm drawing just the branches, okay. See, like this, dendrites will be there, okay. That this is how your neuron is going to look like, okay. This is a very diagrammatic representation. Now here I'll draw the beautiful nucleus, okay. Idukapram nama cytoplasm irukum. Other than cytoplasm, there are going to be some granulated cells, okay, which are called as your Nissel's granule. And then students, on the axon I am going to draw a special structure which are cells like this, okay, which are cells like this, in the madri cells irukum. Looks fine, right? I feel this one should have been better. Okay, these are the cells. Now they are going to add some secretions here, okay, like this. Secretions are going to be added by them, usually whitish in color, but Anna, because I already drew that in white, adanala I am drawing it in blue, okay. So now we will label this and then you will understand everything very well, Okay, everything very well you are going to understand. So start பண்ணலாமா students? So first நமக்கு வந்து நியூரான்ல main part என்ன? நம்ம cyton தான். Okay, நம்ம cyton தான். So அதனால இந்த portion we call it as what? We will call it as the cyton. Okay, cyton. In the cyton la என்னெல்லாம் இருக்கு? We have the nucleus. Okay, we have the rough endoplasmic reticulum, which you can just call it as again Nissel's granule as well. I think I'll just erase one of this. Okay, something like this I'll draw so we can have place for labeling. So இதுதான் நம்ம RER, rough endoplasmic reticulum. இல்லைன்னா நமக்கு வந்து we can call it the Nissel's granule. In the Nissel's granule வந்து students, it helps for the neurotransmitters. Okay, Nissel's granule is going to help with the neurotransmitter. Okay, it will help in formation of some neurotransmitter. எல்லாமே இல்லை, some neurotransmitters. Okay, Nissel's granule. In the entire portion வந்து என்ன? Cyton. இல்லைன்னா நம்ம வந்து cell body னு கூப்பிடலாம். Cell body இல்லைன்னா cyton. Cell body இல்லைன்னா cyton. Okay, this is done. Now this extensions are called as what, students? Ma'am, in the extensions are called as nothing but dendrites. It's called as what? Extensions are called as dendrites. Adhikapura students, this pink color which I have drawn is very important for all of you, but let's label first this fellow. That is nothing but our axon, and axon la end la, okay, some structures are present which are called as your axon ending. Axon ending. In the axon ending la, okay, one second, I'll label this as synapse. Okay, we can call it axon ending. In the ending of axon, okay, there are bulb-like structures. In the bulb-like structures, we call it what? Synapses or synaptic knob. Okay, we call it what? Synaptic knob. In the synaptic knob, namakku vandu neurotransmitters are going to be present. Okay, nama acetylcholine, dopamine, serotonin, adu madri neurotransmitters vandu present aayirukkum. Okay, what are they called? Neurotransmitter. Okay, neurotransmitter. Okay, axon ending. Now students, in the pink color cells தான் நமக்கு important. In the pink cells, pink color cells, students, they are called as your Schwann cells. Another Schwann cells. In the Schwann cells, the students, it is going to secrete, okay, secrete a structure which is called as your myelin sheath. Okay, which is going to help with the protection, with the shock. It will act as a shock absorber. So myelin sheath vela enna, mainly it will act as a shock absorber. Ma'am, ella neurons le myelin sheath present irukuma? Illa students, there are neurons without myelin sheath, non myelinated neurons. Idu vandu myelinated neurons. Okay va? Clear? Okay, now between this there is going to be a structure. That means the region where the axon will be slightly exposed. Okay, we can say the region where the axon will be slightly exposed, that region is called as your nodes of Ranvill. Nodes of Ranvill. Nodes of Ranvill. In the region where the axon is slightly visible, okay, without the myelin sheath, that region is called as the nodes of Ranvill. Clear to all of you? Okay, now this is the main thing about number neuron. If you want to take a screenshot, I can move a little far. Ilena, this is done and dusted. Okay, okay, now students, the cytoplasm, okay, in the region la cytoplasm irukumle. So cytoplasm of the neuron will be called as axoplasm. Okay, axoplasm, nama muscle la sarcoplasm and the madrida, and the membrane will be called as axolemma. Okay, axolemma. So axoplasm irukum, axolemma irukum. I hope this entire structure is super duper clear to all of you, and I will teach you more about the types of neurons as well. Okay, I'll teach you more about the types of neurons as well. Clear? Yes. So this is the neuron, a beautiful structure, well understood. I hope dendrites are there. Now students, we are going to understand the type of neuron. So in the first one, students, bipolar. Bipolar na enna? One cell body is there, one dendrite is there, one axon is there. Okay, bipolar is there. In the bipolar neuron vandu nama retina of the eye la vandu present ayirukum. Enna irukum? Retina of the eye. So make a note of it. They can ask you questions. Retina of the eyes. Okay, retina of the eyes. இது பார்த்தேன்னா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நம்ம செல் பாடி இங்கே இருக்கும், ஆனால் இந்த ஃப்ரண்ட்ல வந்து இட் இஸ் டிவைடிங், தட் இஸ் pseudo unipolar. ஸோ ஸ்டார்டிங்கில் வந்து இட் வாஸ் கிவிங் அஸ் த இம்ப்ரெஷன் தட் இட் இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி யூனிபோலர், ஆனால் சடனாக வந்து இட் இல் separate. Okay, so this is pseudo unipolar, fake unipolar. What is this? This is fake unipolar. It is actually present in the dorsal root ganglion. Dorsal root ganglion of the spinal cord. Okay, pseudo unipolar. This one is multipolar. Just now what I drew, no? Can you see how many are there? Your cell body is there. From the cell body itself, dendrite is coming, axon is there, axon endings are there. Here if you notice how it is there, cell body is here, dendrites have gone here, this is coming. So this is why we call it bipolar, because two partitioning we are seeing from the cell body. Cell body center la irundhuchuna, top one is there, one more partition is there. So can I call it bipolar? Yes ma'am. Then unipolar na enna students, in the madri it was coming like this, and suddenly when it did partitioning. Look at this. If it would have come like this, then we would have called it unipolar. Ana idu vanda ippadiye vanda separate ஆயி ஒரு dendrite ஒரு axon na two endings la vandichu, adanal nama vandu pseudo unipolar na we are calling. Idu vandu nama multipolar, which is present everywhere for all of us, mainly in the brain. Example if you want, it is in the mainly present in our nama brain le. This is again everywhere partitioning is there. This is actually pyramidal cell, which you don't have to study. Okay, which you don't have to study. Nama unipolar cell you will have to study students. Unipolar na இந்த மாதிரி cell body இருக்கும், only one stretching will be there. இந்த மாதிரி one stretching only will be there. Okay, only one stretching will be there. Okay, like this will be there. This is mainly seen in invertebrates. Okay, example வந்து என்ன? Invertebrates. Okay, invertebrates. Done. This is the basic thing. Okay, just revise it last minute. Don't have to break your head now only for this. Okay, now we have understood structure of neuron. Next one, students, neuron in CNS and PNS. Now you will be like, what? Neurons in CNS and PNS? Yes, because inga vanda I have to teach you one very important thing. Okay, wait, let me just, the box hasn't come. Okay, we have CNS. This is why I taught you CNS and PNS in the starting, because there will be a lot of students who have forgotten it, because after EVS class now you will be studying it, right? Okay, after EVS class now you will be studying neuron and this one. Yes or no? So CNS. Now students, what if I tell you nama CNS la vanda Schwann cells are not present? Ma'am, then who is making the myelin sheath? So students, remember in CNS also we will have myelinated neuron, and we will also have non-myelinated neuron. Yes, if myelinated is there, then it is already understood that there will be also non-myelinated. Same thing nama PNS la irukum. But ana inga confusion enna, ma'am, if they are myelinated, if Schwann cells are not releasing myelin sheath, then who is releasing the myelin sheath? Because just now you told us that myelin sheath is released by the Schwann cells. So here understand students. Okay, here understand, we have number neuron. Okay, இதுதான் நம்ம neuron. Okay, this is our neuron. In the neuron la, what do you see? There are cells present like this. Okay, the cells will be present and they will release something called as your myelin sheath. Okay, in the layer the myelin sheath. Ana, I am telling you that inga vanda Schwann cells are not present. Then what will happen? So here also you should understand one thing, students. Nama non-myelinated neuron vanda okay, it is going to be like this. Okay, this is how the non-myelinated is going to look. It will not have myelin sheath, so it is going to look like a naked neuron. So here try and understand, students. I am telling you that even though here myelination, that is Schwann cells are not present, this myelin will be released by, okay, this myelin sheath will be released by cells called as oligodendrocytes. Okay, what are they called as? Oligodendrocyte cells. Very important, very important. Oligodendrocyte cells. Clear? Yes or no? Understood? Oligodendrocyte cells are present in the CNS. Okay, oligodendrocyte cells. Okay, yes, they are present in the CNS. Okay, they are present in the CNS and they are the one that is responsible for the myelin sheath formation. Ana nama PNS la vanda andha madri எதுவுமே கிடையாது students. நம்ம PNS la வந்து நமக்கு Schwann cells are present and in the Schwann cells வந்து okay, they are the ones who are going to secrete the myelin or give out the myelin sheath. Okay, here I am drawing it with a different color. See, I am drawing the diagram so you understand it in a better way. You will be like, oh ma'am, so boring ma'am, you are drawing, we have to sit and listen. Please understand, if I don't draw, you will not understand. Okay, did I put here nucleus? Oh, nucleus is missing. Okay, yes, here we go. Done. This is done and dusted. Okay, yes. So in the myelin sheath one, the students, it is going to be released by who? Ma'am, this is going to be again released by, that is the myelin sheath released by the Schwann cells. Okay, by the Schwann cells. Understood? Done. So in our body there can be Schwann cells present. That means that is may or may not. That means see here, myelinated is there, non-myelinated is there. So there are neurons where they don't require this cell setup only. Right, students? Right? They don't want the cells only because they don't have the myelin. So adanale they don't want that cells only present, so they will do the job otherwise. So idudha namakku important, oligodendrocytes and Schwann cells. Okay, in the differentiation one the important, because again they will ask you, okay, they will ask you this question, that is why I am making a note of it right now only. So this is understood, the neuron present. Now we are going to study the origin of impulse, that is slowly we are going to get into action potential. So now I want all of you to understand. So far I hope there is no doubt. Right now we have not studied much, we have just done the introduction part. Adile in the structure da romba important. Okay, in the structure da romba important. I hope all of you are smashing the like button as well, and quickly smash the like button, and also description box la vanda notes irukum. Okay, ipo origin of impulse na enna ma'am? Namakku students neurons irukile. So here you understand, this is your neuron. Okay, I have to draw a neuron multiple times. You let me know in the comments how many neurons I drew. Okay. This is a neuron, correct? Yes, ma'am, this is a neuron. So, from here, okay, here, this is the axon ending. Yes or no? This is the axon ending. This is the axon ending. Adukapram next neuron vanda, will it be attached to the axon? No. It will be attached, okay, nama next neuron vanda, students. It will be again, dendrites will be present. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am, correct. நமக்கு dendrites present ஆயிருக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறம் நமக்கு வந்து axon ending. So that means students, in neurons, one thing I want you to understand. One thing I want you to understand is that one axon to that is one neuron to another neuron, it is happening from head to tail connection. Head to tail connection. That means நமக்கு வந்து dendrites இருக்கு. Dendrites nerve impulse will be carried to the axon. From the axon, the next one is going to take. So that is what I am going to teach you here in this class. Look here. From here, let's say one impulse has come. Okay. One impulse has come. இப்போ அந்த impulse வந்து எப்படி travel ஆகும் students? It will be taken up by the dendrites. It will go to the cell body and it will move all the way from the axon to the axon terminal, and from the axon terminal it is going to go into the next dendrite. Yes or no? It is going to go into the next dendrite. Again the dendrite is going to take it, from the dendrite it is going to move towards the axon and it is going to reach the axon ending. So this is how the impulse is going to be transported. You understood this, right? It is going to be transported from a dendrite, okay? Dendrite, it will be taken to the cell body. From the cell body, it will be taken up to the axon. Again, from this axon, students, it will go where? It will go to the next dendrite. Okay, to the next dendrite of the next neuron. So, this is nama neuron 1. Okay, imagine this is nama neuron 1. So, neuron 1 illa impulse have been taken up by the dendrite. It has moved all the way through the axon. It has reached the axon ending. From axon ending, now it is getting into the next dendrite. So, this is going to be the neuron 2. This is going to be nama neuron 2. So, it is going to go all the way till the axon ending. This is what is happening. Yes, ma'am. This is the impulse how it is happening. Ana, inga vandu oru small chinna twist irukku students. Enna twist na? இப்போ இதுதான் நம்ம neuron. Okay, I am not going to draw a neuron once again. இதுதான் நம்ம neuron. In the neuron betweenல space இருக்குமே? Yes, ma'am. There are chances that space can be present, right? Between a neuron, okay? There can be space present. Correct, space can be present. So, in the space la vandu eppadi impulse transport agum students? And the space la dhaan namakku vandu we have the chemical synapses. So, from here, from the dendrite till the axon, we have what? We have the electrical. We have the electrical impulse. Okay? Adukapram, from one neuron to another neuron, in the space irukla students, in the space la vanda, we need another person that is going to be the chemical synapse. Synapse. That is where the function of your neurotransmitters come into place. So, understood how beautiful this is happening? Yes or no? So, beautifully these things are happening. Correct or not? Yes, ma'am, correct. Okay, very, very correct. Impulse is happening. So, students, this chemical synapse will happen when the space is more than okay. So, the gap, I was saying about the gap, okay. The gap should be more than 2 nanometer, okay. Gap should be more than. So, here when this is more than 2 nanometer, the gap, then the chemical synapse will happen. Now, in the chemical synapse, students, chemical synapse, nama axon ending, there is this synaptic knob. Correct or not? Yes, ma'am, there is a synaptic knob. In the synaptic knob, there are small vesicles. Small vesicles are going to be present, and in the chinna vesicle, Okay, inside this small vesicle, namakku enna irukum? Namakku neurotransmitters are going to be present. Okay, enna irukum students? Namakku vanda neurotransmitters are going to be present. In the neurotransmitters vanda, it will get released when the impulse has to be formed. So, inge vanda, okay. So, in the neurotransmitter vanda, it will open here. Okay, it will open here and the neurotransmitters will start getting released. Okay, dipidi release up. Now to accept it, okay, to accept it we have to have another person. Yes ma'am, to accept it another dendrite should be waiting. So nama dendrite la இது மாதிரி it is going to wait students. In the dendrite la enna irukum? In the dendrite la vanda there are going to be receptors. Okay, in the madri receptors are going to be present. In the receptors will accept the neurotransmitter and how that is how the impulse will be transported further. Okay, the impulse will be transported further. So, this chemical synapse is very necessary. In the chemical synapse is necessary when there is a gap between both the neurons. But one more thing I want you to understand, எப்பவுமே இந்த gap present ஆயிருக்குமா? Not necessary. There are times when they are very close to each other without almost no space. Okay, so in the time la students namakku vanda, okay, in the time la namakku vanda mainly only electrical impulse is required. Okay, they will directly move all the way and only electrical impulse will be required. Ana this is what we have to study because this is what is there in our body. It is mainly present in our body. So, adanala we are going to study about this. Okay, we are not bothered about this. Clear? We are only bothered about this because this is what is mainly present. So, electrical impulse will be transported and the space there will be neurotransmitters which are going to be released and neurotransmitters will be accepted by the next dendrite and the impulse in the madri it will get transported to the axon ending. I hope this is super duper clear. So, this is the origin and this is the transport of your impulses. Okay, transport of your impulses. Always remember it is head of one neuron and tail of another neuron. Okay, it is head of another head of one neuron, tail of another neuron. That is how the electrical impulse will be transmitted. Okay, yes, done. Okay, now we are going to learn the action potential. Okay, little complex but we will make it very simple. Okay, we will make it as simple as possible. So, I want all of you to listen to me carefully. So, students, in the origin one thing that we studied was what? These impulses are coming and all that. It is very simple for us to understand. Ana namma body la ipo let's say for any reaction to happen or when an impulse is coming, we have how our neurons are going to behave in a different way. So, now let me just show you. Okay, so imagine, okay, wait, I'm going to first to do this is our neuron. Okay, wow, correct? No, this is our neuron. I told you in this neuron there is axolemma, there is axoplasm, right? Yes or no? I told you this. Yes, ma'am, you told this that there is axolemma and axoplasm, correct? Now, here what we are going to study is we are going to take a magnified image of this, okay, this, and we are going to draw it here. Okay, we are going to draw it here. Okay, we will draw this axolemma portion here. That is what we are going to understand. Now, let me just draw. Okay, oh, I thought it was a line, but it's not. Very important portion. Don't even skip it for 1 minute. Okay, I want all of you to listen to me carefully. There are so many important things that I'm going to tell you all. Okay, yeah, straight. This is not straight. One problem, students, to draw something straight. This is better. So in the axolemma, okay, in the axolemma, there are certain charges that are present. Okay, there are what, students? Certain charges that are present. So remember this axolemma, we are going to understand what is there in the, outside and the inside of this entire structure for you to understand the whole concept. Okay, I think some of you will be like, ma'am, you should have taught this also, the chemical synapses. I'll teach you that as well, don't worry. But first you learn this, okay, first you learn this. So students, here we have first outside, we will have the ECF. You would have already seen this, extra cellular fluid, okay, extracellular fluid. And then here inside we will have the ICF, which is the intracellular fluid, okay. So we have ECF, so anywhere you see ECF, please understand, okay, and we have ICF, okay, we have ECF and ICF. Now we have to understand what is there in the ECF, what is there in the ICF, intracellular fluid. இப்போ students, நம்ம extracellularல இந்த axoplasmல நமக்கு வந்து outsideல positive charge, okay, there will be lot of positive charge that will be present. So here all positive charge will be present, okay, positive charge will be present. Now here also I'll draw positive charge. Yes ma'am, you draw positive charge because it's the outer membrane. Why this positive charge came, how this positive charge came, all that we are going to understand right now. Okay, this is the whole thing, all the pluses are correct. I hope this comes back. Now inside la vanda, okay, inside la vanda namakku vanda negative charges present, okay, negative charges present. So this is your negative charges. Don't skip anything, okay. If you blink, you'll miss out on something. So there is this negative charges which are present, okay. Yes, everywhere negative charge happened, I hope. So this is the structure, okay, this is at resting potential, okay, this is at resting potential. So now students, look here, in the entire structure la namakku vandu positive charge irukku, negative charge irukku, positive charge irukku. Ana in the positive charge and negative charge, how did they come? That is what I am going to teach you now. Look here students, in the positive charge vandu, it is mainly because of, I am going to write the points here, it is mainly because board, I don't know what is wrong. This mainly because of the sodium ions that are present outside, okay, that are present outside. This sodium ion is the reason why the resting potential, the structure is positive, okay, positive. And students, remember this sodium ion is always going to be present in the extracellular, so that is the reason why this outside structure vandu positive ah irukku. Ana inside la vandu why it is negative? So students, inside la vandu, okay, inside la vandu it is negative because of the presence of PO4 phosphate ions and negatively charged ana proteins, okay, there is negatively charged proteins and the PO4. With that, one additional thing that you have to study is that we always say that potassium, okay, K plus is also present in the ICF, okay, K plus is also present in the ICF. Is this understood? Is this understood, yes or no? These are the main points that you have to remember, students. Now, you will be thinking, ma'am, Anna, will they not move? Like, why can't the sodium go inside, potassium come outside, why can't they move? Students, in the axon lemma itself, namakku vandu 2 leaky channels are present. Remember this. We have 2 leaky channels. In the leaky channels, something will be always moving up and down. Okay, but that we will not count it now. So, 2 leaky channels will be there and something will always move up and down. Anna, there is one very important thing which is called as a voltage gated channel. Okay, they have a voltage gated channel. Voltage gated channel la vandu students, here very important ana oru thing enna, this voltage gated channels will need energy. What it will need? It will need energy to pump the sodium or the potassium. It will need energy or it will need ATP. Okay, it will need energy or ATP. Now, imagine I give energy. If I give energy, you have to remember that energy will be used to recharge Nokia. That means N for sodium, O for out, K for potassium, I for in. That means to send 3 sodium outside, okay, if I give ATP, 3 sodium will be pumped outside by the voltage gated channels, and on the time namakku vanda 2 potassium will be moved inside. Because sodium is outside da, so adinala pumping பண்ணும்போது நமக்கு வந்து sodium da eliminate பண்ணனும். We have to throw it outside, and potassium வந்து we have to bring it inside. So அந்த மாதிரி தான், if I give ATP, what is going to happen, students? Nokia is going to happen. That is, sodium will be out, potassium will be pushed inside. Okay. So, this voltage gated channels need energy or ATP, and if I give energy, 3 sodium will be outside, 2 potassium will come inside. Okay va? Done. Understood this much? So, leaky channels are there. In the leaky channels la vande exchange nadakkum, ana and vande it won't be that immense, and the voltage gated channels open பண்ணும்போது it is going to be a bigger value. So, look here, let's revise this once again. நமக்கு வந்து நம்ம neurons ல axolemma இருக்கு. Right, and the membrane irukku, and the membrane la vandu namakku extracellular fluid irukku, intracellular fluid irukku, and the extracellular fluid la vandu namakku mainly positive charge ah irukum, and the positive charge vandu mainly it is because of the presence of sodium. Nama sodium ions are present on the outside, adinala tha nama the entire extracellular fluid vandu positive charge ah irukum. Ana intracellular fluid la enna nadakkum, students? Presence of, in the intracellular fluid vandu negative ah irukum, presence of negative phosphate ions, negatively charged proteins, with that majority vandu nama potassium irukum. Ana ma'am, in the membrane vandu permeable ah irukuma? This membrane is more permeable to potassium in comparison with sodium. And the alavukku it doesn't like sodium, but it likes potassium more. So adinale membrane is going to be more permeable to potassium than sodium. Okay, potassium than sodium. Okay va? Yes ma'am, understood, done and dusted. Okay, clear? Okay, now look here, this is what we have understood. I told you that there are channels, leaky channels are there, and voltage gated channels are there. In the voltage gated channel important ஆன ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா, இந்த voltage gated channels ல ATP இல்லனா energy வேணும் for them to throw out the sodium or taking the potassium. So அந்த அளவுக்கு energy we have to provide for this process to happen. For that, what you have to remember, okay, I have to give energy to recharge my phone. So Nokia, sodium will go out, potassium will come in. Okay, please put thumbs up, please put fire emojis in the chat box if you understood so much, because if you don't understand this, next portion vandu innu different aayirukku, innu difficult aayirukku. So adinala make sure that you are smashing the like button and also letting me know in the comment section if you are understanding all of this. Now we are going to understand action potential. So idu vandu nama copy paste panni we have to put it here. Okay, So until I draw, I want all of you also to think that okay, I am understanding this, it's very easy. Okay, so we will draw here. I think I'll draw a little down because I can't reach. Okay, this is one. Students, konja cross ஆயிருந்தா கூட நமக்கு வந்து understand பண்றதுக்கு problem வராது. Okay, see, I'm not using any PPT, I'm drawing everything right in front of you, so you people also will feel like okay, this is easier, I am able to understand. PPT ilna, what is the problem? Everything will look like you understood, but Anna, you will not understand. But this kind of classes are more important for you to, use. Okay, so now look here. We are going to understand what is action potential in the simplest way possible. Okay, simplest way possible. Adukku munnadi I have to draw the charges. Okay, again I go with same thing, students, plus in the outside. Okay, this might be a little boring for you until I finish drawing, but trust me, this will be the best way for you to understand. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, 2 minutes until I finish drawing. You can ask each other some questions in the comment section. Also, okay, yes, this one is done, students. My hand is only aching. Okay, we have to draw the next one. We will draw it after some time. Okay, now this is the first one. So in the first one la paakumbodhu enna same ma'am, ECF la positive irukku, ICF la negative irukku. So can I say this one is in the resting potential? Yes ma'am, you can say that this is in the resting potential. So students, in the neurons I have divided into 3 portions, A, B, C. This is the most important topic in this chapter. So don't even blink, because if you blink, by then one concept would be done. So A, B, C I have written. So you tell me, in the A region la vandu enna irukum? Nama A region also, it is polarized. Yes or no? Same thing is there. So this is in resting potential. So A is also polarized. B is also polarized. Yes ma'am. C is also polarized. Yes or no? Yes ma'am, C is also polarized. If you look at this, nama vandu pesudhu resting potential pati. Okay, so the neuron is in resting potential. Okay, it is in resting potential. In the resting potential now, students, the resting potential voltage is going to be at minus 70 MV. Okay, that means the neuron is at rest. Basically, I can say that this whole thing is at rest. The whole thing is at rest. Ana, imagine panikonga that one impulse has come. Okay, what has happened? One impulse has come to this region. Very important, listen. So this is the region where the impulse has come. So the region where the impulse has come. Okay, one second. I think voice is okay, or should I reduce a little? Okay. Okay, I've reduced it a little. Okay, yeah. So yes. So students, imagine panikonga inge oru impulse. Okay, when impulse has come. Okay, any impulse has come. Now, because of that, what is going to happen? Because of the impulse, automatically now the sodium will want to start coming inside. Sodium will start doing what? Sodium will start coming inside. That is, the sodium influx will happen. Enna nadakku inge? Sodium influx will happen. That means the sodium will start moving inside because of the impulse. So, ipa charge vandu eppadi irukum students? Inga vandu positive irundhuchu, ana inga vandu it is going to be negative, 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 negative. It's going to be positive because sodium has come inside. So, obviously, the inside will be positive now. Okay, sodium has come inside means inside is going to be positive. Same thing here. Okay, same thing here. Yes, okay. And again, negative, 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 negative. Yes. So, here what has happened, students? Sodium influx has happened because of the impulse. Okay, because of the impulse. So, here you should remember that the sodium channels, okay. So, how did the sodium influx happen? Because the sodium channels have opened. Okay. Sodium channels opened. Sodium channels have opened. In the sodium channels have opened, that is the reason why the influx has happened. Now, ma'am, A side I understood, ma'am. So, A you understood, no? This is the A. Okay. So, A, B, C. Simple ana or process da. Sodium influx happens. Sodium on the positive irukku. So, adanala sodium will come inside, means it will be positive. Yes or no, this much you know. But Anna, what is going to happen in the B side and C side? This is where your brain has to go. What will happen in the C side and B side? That is where your brain has to go. That is, students, remember, B side la impulse vanducha? Illa ma'am, B side la eddume varala. So, adanala B side vandu normal ah da irukum. Positive, 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 positive. Okay, negative, 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 negative. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am. Because B la vanda there is no impulse. So, adanale B is going to be same. So, then obviously C also is going to be same. Yes, ma'am. C also is going to be same. So, again we go positive, positive. Okay. Again positive, 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 positive. Done? Understood this? Now, what is going to happen? Before what is going to happen, let's again write down here, students. Now, here you should remember A vanda A, B, C. A, what is going to happen? First A vanda it was polarized. And in the situation, what is happening? A is going to be depolarized. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am. A has become depolarized. And B and C, the students, ma'am, it is polarized only. C also is polarized. C also is polarized. So, here one action potential has taken. Okay, one action potential has happened. So, from resting potential, we have come to a depolarized situation. Okay, so in the stimulus, students, or threshold energy irukum. So, we will call this as a threshold impulse. In the threshold impulse, almost it will vary from minus 55 MV to 65 MV. Okay, so this is your threshold impulse. Threshold impulse. Okay, here we have reached from resting potential, we have come to a depolarized state. Okay, only one region. Okay, that means one action potential has happened. Okay, action potential has taken place. Clear? This is understood. Second part is also clear. Okay, yes, very good. Depolarization has happened, action potential has happened, influx of sodium happened. Now, students, every time you will always notice that we, if let's say NEET preparation kuda, nama first what do we think? Ma'am, ennala mudiyuma ma'am? Is it possible by me? I can do this. Nama first negative thought only we come. Right, as humans also. Now, if I tell you guys that students, I have something very important to tell. What will you think? Oh my God, what if ma'am closes the channel? What if ma'am is leaving? Okay, andamari negative thoughts are first varu. That is because positive is always attracted to negative. So, that rule you are going to use here, and remember, in the positive in the negative kuda attract agum, in the positive in the negative kuda attract agum, இந்த பாசிட்டிவ் வந்து இந்த நெகட்டிவ் கூட அட்ராக்ட் ஆகும், இந்த பாசிட்டிவ் வந்து இந்த நெகட்டிவ் கூட அட்ராக்ட் ஆகும். ஸோ இப்போ பார்க்கும்போது ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நம்ம இசிஎஃப்ல பி டு சி மூவ்மெண்ட் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் அண்ட் ஐசிஎஃப்ல ஏ டு பி மூவ்மெண்ட் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங். திஸ் கொஸ்டின் ஹஸ் கம் இன் ஒன் ஆஃப் தி AIPMT ஆல்சோ NEET level. ஸோ ரிமெம்பர் நம்ம okay, teaching energy has increased, so I'm destroying things. Okay, ECF la B to C movement will start happening. ICF la A to B movement will start happening. Okay, sorry, B to A, not B to C, B to A. Okay, this you have to remember. Clear? Positive will always get attracted to negative. It is even in humans, even it is otherwise also. Positive will always get attracted to negative. Now what will happen? Just look at the attraction here. Okay, look at the attraction and tell me what is going to happen. So ma'am, this is going to slowly move here. That means positive is going to start coming here. That means here what is going to happen? Tell me all of you in the chats. What is going to happen? Yes, very good. So positive is moving here means inga vanda it is going to be positive, 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 positive. Here positive is going there means what? So here negative will come. That means negative, 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 negative. Correct? Now the next situation what is going to happen? Same thing I'll write here. Positive is going there. So here again inside it's going to be negative, 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 negative. Outside it's going to be positive, 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 positive. Okay? Understood this? Yes. So for this to happen also, okay, for this to happen also, now what will happen here students? Remember that here the impulse has slowly started moving, so the negative has started coming out. So again negative, 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 and here again positive, 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 positive. Okay, again positive, negative, 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 negative. Correct? This is what has happened. Yes ma'am, this is what has happened. Now students remember, for this negative to happen we need the potassium. Okay, so the potassium will start moving outwards. Okay, the potassium ion, okay, efflux will happen. That means the potassium will start going out. Otherwise how will the negative charge happen? So here remember that efflux of, okay, don't think here place is there, I'll write here. Okay, efflux of potassium ions. Efflux of potassium ions, that means the potassium ions have started going outside. Okay, efflux of potassium ion has happened students. Now remember here what is happening. Okay, C is going to remain the same. Yes ma'am, C is going to remain the same because here the impulse have not transported or moved. Okay, so same thing will happen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here nothing has happened. Again the same thing will continue students. Again it will move. Positive will go to negative, positive will go to negative, positive will go to negative, positive will go to negative. And now you tell me what is the situation here. Ma'am, here the situation is going to be A is going to be repolarized, A is repolarized, B is depolarized, and C is polarized. So in one neuron itself you have seen all the three stages of your action potential. Correct or not? That means students here the neuron is going to a repolarization. Okay, repolarized state. Okay, one second, repolarized state. Okay, this much is clear students. Is that super duper clear? Okay, now see here. Ipa vanda what has happened? First your sodium influx happened. Sodium influx happened means wherever the sodium is going that place is going to be positive. Okay, this is all easy way to remember. And then again now potassium efflux happened. Efflux, E always the efferent, efflux going out. Okay, so efflux happened, so that portion became negative. Again the cycle will continue. Positive will get attracted to negative, positive will get attracted to negative. So this portion will come here. Again this will go to a repolarized stage, depolarized stage. this will go to repolarized stage and this will go to polarized stage. Nah. You tell me one thing in the chat box. Is this and this the same? Is A1 and A3 the same? Some of you will tell yes, some of you will tell no. The answer to that is no. Why? Because students, here this charge has happened because you will notice now the sodium is, some of the sodium is inside, potassium is outside. So the neuron is not in a polarized state. So this is yet to be polarized. It is in a repolarized stage. Now we have to make it polarized. But ma'am, eppadi ma'am adana polarized panna mudiyuma? Yes, we can make it polarized. How? By using our voltage gated channels. That means by giving energy. I give ATP, 3 sodium is going to be pushed outside, 2 potassium is going to be pushed inside. So if I want to bring this situation, this to a polarized state, I have to do what, students? I have to open the voltage gated channels, that is also called as your sodium potassium pump. Sodium potassium pump I have to start, because once I start the sodium potassium pump, 3 sodium will go outside, 2 potassium will come inside, and then it will go to a polarized state. Is this clear to all of you? This is the most important diagram for all of you. Now in a very funny way, I will explain this, okay? And this was a super hit for my last year student, 2024 NEET aspirants and 2025 NEET aspirants. Lot of comments had come on this topic. Ma'am, this is the best way to study it. Now I'll tell you why this is the best way. I wouldn't recommend to learn it in this way, but this way you will remember it forever. So what is the way, students? Just look here. First, namma vanda, just imagine this is one sibling, this is one sibling. Sodium is one sibling, potassium is one sibling. Ipo vanda enna nadakuduna, both of them are not fighting with each other. They are in a good harmony, okay? They are in full harmony. Maybe they would have bought one Maggie and both of them would have planned to cook it and eat it. So adanala romba pasama irukku. So they are in so much love. So here you can see sodium is there, here potassium is there, no problem at all. But first what will happen? Nama elder sibling vanda, first it is going to open potassium's door, that is your sibling's door, and start a fight. That is first when the action potential hit the A part. See, when I am telling this, I want you to look at the previous diagram. So that is why please take a screenshot of this, okay, or draw this and then you listen to the class, because you have a, see, these all videos are recorded for you to get the privilege of pausing the video, then coming back and watching. So on the privilege, it's not a meaning that I will not watch the video. That is bad, okay? So first nama enna agum, students, nama impulse vanda first it is going to hit on this spot. So there is going to be influx of sodium. That means first the elder sibling has got inside and started fighting with the younger sibling. So that is what you can see. Potassium influx has happened. That means sodium influx has happened. That means your sodium channels have opened. Sodium channels have opened, okay? Now the sodium has entered inside and you can see the charge difference, okay? This has become negative, this has become positive. Adhikapuram what will happen? Will potassium keep quiet? Will the younger sibling keep quiet? No, it was waiting for an opportunity. Ipa when the younger sibling has started moving into elder sibling's place and started destroying everything. That means your potassium gated channels have opened, okay? So now from a depolarized state, this region is going to go for a repolarized stage and this region is going to go for a depolarized stage. Now when you are confused with D and Re, always remember your goal in life, doctor, okay? D will come first, Re will come later. That means first the neuron will go to a depolarized stage, adhikapuram repolarized stage. Doctor, your goal is important in life, okay? Your goal is important, so doctor, okay? Wow. Ipo students, potassium started going. Now you can see again the charges have gone to positive and negative, that is repolarization, and your resting potential charges will look similar, but it's not the same. Why? Because potassium and sodium has started moving through the membrane and it is all a mixed up stage. So adanala nama vanda resting potential and nama repolarization same nu solla mudiyala, because inga vanda mixing aachu, charges vanda same irukkalam but ana mixing aachu. Adhikapuram enna nadakudhu students? How they will go to the resting potential. If a siblings, two people are fighting, okay, even I remember one incident where me and my sibling was fighting, okay. Students, it had gone so bad, okay, my sibling should never watch this video. It had gone so bad that opposite to my house there is a shop, okay, like a provisional store. That lady came and asked what happened, Okay, so loud it was that it went outside. That lady came and asked what happened, and then she called my mom and told, both your kids are sitting and crying and they're shouting. Okay, something is wrong. At first they thought maybe one thief would have gotten and we both are shouting, but then we both are shouting at each other. Okay, we are the thief, we were shouting at each other. So anda madri anda alavukku, if the fight goes, then the neighbors have to come and pull both of our hairs and throw us each other outside. No, to do that, to send your sodium and potassium back to their places, I have to bring a sodium potassium pump which has energy in it. So if I give energy, it will throw 3 sodiums outside, 2 potassiums inside. So on the Nokia one, the important concept. So here your sodium potassium pump will allow the movement of sodium to go back, potassium to come in, and again the axolemma will come to a resting potential. So this you can remember. First the elder sibling will get inside, that is your sodium gated channels will open, depolarization will happen. After that your potassium, younger sibling will open the door and get inside, so your potassium will open, that is your potassium efflux will happen. Adhikapram sodium and potassium gated channels in a pump vanda, it is going to solve this issue and go back to resting potential. This is the easiest way I can teach you, and I hope this helped. Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so remember we have 2 leaky channels. Okay, so this is the situation, students. So here we will have, okay, these are the leaky channels. Okay, adukapram namakku vanda okay, this is the, so here you can see, here this one always something or the other will be leaking. Okay, idu vandu namma leaky channels. In the leaky channels eppovume something or the other will always leak. Okay, idu vandu namma sodium potassium pump. Okay, sodium potassium pump. So in the sodium potassium pump illa enna nadakum, students? 3 sodium will go out, 3 Na plus. Okay, remember like this, elder sibling is older, so 3 years means elder sibling, 2 years means your potassium. Okay, that is your younger sibling. 2 K plus will be out. Okay, so this is your sodium potassium pump nu koopidla. Okay, sodium potassium pump. Inge vanda Nokia, you should remember. Which is that song? Nokia song is there? Osia, Sonia. And the madri endo or song irukke. Kadal narakkinna ramo. Kattakadakka ramo. Sonia, Nokia, something is there in one song, students. I can't remember. But Anna, just remember Nokia. Okay, done. Gopika Ma'am army is set to understood this entire concept. Okay, now we are going to learn, okay, one more thing here. There's one graph. Okay, so students, this is our threshold stimulus. Okay, our resting potential vandu minus 70 irukum. Okay, if suddenly a stimulus vandena, namakku oru threshold stimulus vandena, namakku first doctor depolarization nadakum, where the charges are going to change. Adukapram the action potential will be achieved. That means what? Whatever the impulse came for, telling that retrieve the hand, and the action potential nadakaname, that action has to take place, so the action will take place. Adukapram the neuron will go back to a repolarization stage. Okay, and then it will come back. Okay, come back. Now failed initiation, multiple time if stimulus vandena, multiple times failures can happen, but Anna, this is the whole thing. Okay, just simple, very simple things. Okay, very simple thing. People complicate it in your brains. Okay, now let's quickly go through NCERT as well. You might be curious to know about the mechanism. I know none of you are curious, but then NCERT thinks that you are all curious people. It's okay. NCERT also makes mistakes. Okay, NCERT makes a lot of mistakes. One second, I have I haven't. Okay, so inge vanda students, see, look here. when a stimulus is applied at a site. So, only important words we will understand. When a stimulus is applied at a site, okay, at a site on a polarized membrane, the membrane at the site A, okay, membrane at site A, and the site A becomes freely permeable to sodium, because you know the membrane is not freely permeable to sodium. It does not like elder siblings problem. All the elder siblings cry in the chat box. Okay. So, it does not like sodium much. It will not allow sodium to go anywhere. Anna, it will allow the younger siblings to go anywhere, potassium to go anywhere. Okay, that you would have noticed also. You are the elder one, so you do not have opportunity to go anywhere. But you will notice that your younger sibling right now at college is enjoying, dancing. Okay, and you haven't done anything at that age. So, andamadrita. So, site A will become freely permeable to sodium. This leads to a rapid influx. Okay, rapid influx of sodium, followed by reversal of polarity at that site. The outer surface of the membrane. So, idu vandu students, if you just read it, you will not understand. What you have to do, you have to put the image which I drew, no, that you put, then read your NCERT, it will be beautifully clear in your brain. So, idu vandu the outer surface of the membrane becomes negatively charged. Okay, outer surface vandu enna agum, negatively charge agum. Adukapram inner side enna agum students, positively charge agum. Basically opposite nadandirukku. Now, the polarity of the membrane at the site A is thus reversed, and hence it is called as depolarization. I know no one will ever get confused again with D and repolarization, because doctor. Okay, now the electrical potential difference across the plasma membrane at site A is called as action potential. Okay, which in fact termed as a nerve impulse. Okay, which is termed as a nerve impulse. Now, at the site immediately ahead, the axon at site B, the membranes has a positive charge on the outer surface and negative charge on the inner surface. As a result, the current will flow on the inner surface from the site A to B. So, here I have written in a beautiful way. See, you can see ICF A to B. That is the inner fluid. So, A to B la in the movement nadakum. Okay. So, A to B la on the outer surface, the current will flow from site B to A. Okay, to complete the circuit of current flow. Hence, the polarity at that site is reversed, and thus an action potential is generated at the site B. So, action potential A na B ku move agum, B to C and the madri move aite irukum. So, first one the polarized situation irunduchu, adukapram depolarized, repolarized, polarized. Okay va. Adukapram again it will become polarized, depolarized, repolarized. Again it will become polarized, depolarized, and here like that it will continuously move. Okay. Now, hence the polarity at the site is reversed and an action potential is generated at B, okay, at site B. Thus the impulse, okay, thus the impulse generated at site A arrives at site B. The sequence is repeated along the length of the axon. So, namma vanda the origin of impulse students we studied, no, where from the dendrite it is coming to the axon, axon to the next dendrite. So, and the impulse when eppadi travel agum, eppadi da travel aganam. So, it has to in the axon, it has to move by doing depolarization, repolarization, polarization in the madri move aita, it will reach till the axon terminal. Okay. Now, consequently, the impulse is conducted. The rise in the stimulus, okay, is induced permeability. Okay, the rise of the stimulus will induce the permeability of sodium. Is extremely short lived. It is quickly followed by the rise in the permeability of the potassium. So, because and the immediate impulse varudhalle, and the time the membrane will be like, okay, sodium wherever you want to go, you go. So, sodium will be very excited because sodium was outside. Okay, so sodium will be very excited and sodium will try to enter inside. Okay, sodium will try to enter inside. And the time enna nadakunna, adukapram nama membrane okay, it will be like, hey, who is you? Okay, and the madri it will become impermeable. Then it will immediately become permeable for potassium. Okay, so rise in permeability to potassium. Within a fraction of seconds, potassium diffuses outside the membrane and restores the resting potential of the membrane at the site of excitation, and the fiber becomes one more responsive to further stimulations. That is the NCERT. Okay, next concept that we have to study, students. This is done and dusted. Any doubts so far? Please let me know in the comment section. Okay, please let me know in the comment section. Ippada nama next concept, students. Namakku synapse na enna? Okay, ipo normally I told you nama two neurons. Okay, two neuron space illa. Let's just draw the neuron, becomes easier. Okay, this is one neuron. Neuron, students, drawing, I've become bad at drawing neuron. அந்த மாதிரி ஆச்சு. நம்ம வந்து பண்ணி அந்த ஜாப்ல வெறித்தனமா பண்ணணும். ஆனா நம்ம கேவலமா பண்றோம். ஓகே, ரொம்ப கேவலம். For everything I'll make a song, students. Okay, I really like Tamil language and Tamil songs, but Anna, that much fluency won't come because it's not my mother tongue, but still I am trying. Okay, I know you people are appreciating also. A lot of you are appreciating in the comment section. Ma'am, your Tamil is improving, ma'am. Okay, romba motivation varadu. Okay, now this portion is what we are going to draw. Okay, I already explained it to you, all of you, so adanala it will be very easy only. But Anna, see, I've forgotten to draw arrow mark. I'm struggling to draw arrow mark. Kamali will put a timestamp. I'm struggling to draw arrow mark. Okay, so yes, students, in the axon ending first draw pannalam. Idudha nama beautiful axon ending. Okay, this is a beautiful axon ending. This way also I'll do, other way I'll draw round, so both will look different. Yes, this is the first region. Okay, in the neuron, the dendrite region. Okay, நம்ம dendrite region இது. So இதுதான் நம்ம post நம்ம synapse எப்படி ma'am transfer ஆகும், அது important தானே students. So remember, in this whole process நமக்கு வந்து 3 regions are very important in our life. Okay, first region is going to be நம்ம presynaptic region. Presynaptic region will be an axon ending. Okay, that's why I've drawn it here. So presynaptic region is going to be an axon ending. So presynaptic, idu vanda postsynaptic. Okay, and this middle region is going to be the synaptic cleft, and the space, students, this is called the synaptic cleft. Synapse na enna ma'am? Synapse na where your impulse is transporting from one axon ending to another dendrite ending with the help of neurotransmitters. That is your synapse. So this space right in the center is called as the synaptic cleft, which will have a lot of neurotransmitters. Okay, so start pannalama students. Nama presynaptic la namakku vandu synaptic knobs will be present. Okay, synaptic knobs will be present. 1, 2, I'm just drawing few of them. Okay, idana nama synaptic vesicles. Okay, inside this synaptic vesicles namakku vanda neurotransmitters will be present. Okay, done? Yes ma'am, done. Okay, I don't know why students, everyone are calling me in the world today. Okay, all the people in the planet have decided to call me continuously back to back. Okay, so this is the thing. Now on this postsynaptic, okay, in the postsynaptic region la namakku vanda receptors will be waiting, students. Edukku ma'am? To accept this neurotransmitters. Nama vanda neuromuscular junction la, remember how the acetylcholine was accepted by acetylcholine receptors, and the madrida in the receptors will be waiting. Okay, ipo enna nadakudhu students, as the impulse comes, okay, slowly in the vesicles vande it will come a little towards the periphery, and then what they will do, students, they are going to, okay, in the vesicle vande open aga start agum. Okay, what will happen? This vesicle will start opening. Now when the vesicles start opening, what is going to happen? Obviously the neurotransmitters are going to be released. Yes or no? Yes or no? Not just one vesicle, many vesicles will be here. So I will draw some more vesicles here. Okay, here vesicle is there. So here also the vesicle has opened, and this will also release the neurotransmitters. So this is what is going to happen. Okay, This is what is going to happen. And now the neurotransmitters will be accepted by students. It will be accepted by nama receptors, and then the impulse will be transferred. Okay, impulse will be transferred. Is this clear? Is this clear? Postsynaptic, presynaptic. Yeah. Yes, very good. Okay. Yes. So this is your synaptic vesicles. Okay, synaptic vesicles. Inside the synaptic vesicle, what is there? Ma'am, neurotransmitters are there, ma'am. Okay, neurotransmitters are there. And students, in the neurotransmitters it can be mainly two things avurku செய்ய முடியும். என்னது? They can be excitatory, that means they can allow excitatory, இல்லைனா inhibitory. Okay, excitatory இல்லைனா inhibitory. Excitatory na என்ன? Something that I am allowing, telling that you do bro, you go and do. Okay, நம்ம இப்போ while studying or இல்லைனா நமக்கு லைஃப்ல நல்லது something has happened means that time you will be like, okay, something has to happen. For that, excitatory will be there. Inhibitory na, okay, something, it's not like, okay, this person is too much sitting, no need to do this much of activity. That time inhibitory functions also will be there. Okay, now go on the few examples we will write, not all the examples. So excitatory, students, you have to remember your acetylcholine. Okay, next I will do cell chapter. Okay, because lot of you were asking me cell chapter, so I will do cell chapter next. Okay, acetylcholine will be there, then your adrenaline will be there. Okay, adrenaline, that means fight and flight. Okay, inhibitory time la students namakku dopamine irukum. Okay, dopamine, serotonin, GABA. These are few that you have to remember without fail. Clear? Understood? Okay, good. Okay, so this is the whole thing. Ipo inga this is the receptors. Okay, idha nama receptors. Okay, idha nama receptors, and these receptors will be present in the postsynaptic region. Presynaptic, synaptic left, postsynaptic, and this is your synaptic vesicles, inside which neurotransmitters are there. Neurotransmitters can be excitatory or inhibitory. Okay, excitatory or inhibitory. See, when students, even if one is released low also, if imagine something is released low in your body also, then also you should understand that diseases can come. Okay, diseases can occur. Okay, like example, only one example I will give you. Example one, the students, example ipo acetylcholine. Okay, nama ACH will write. If ACH got secreted very less or ACH got released very less, it can lead to Alzheimer's. Okay, Alzheimer's. Okay, Alzheimer's it can lead to, that is your memory loss. Okay, so like that, even if anything, any of this doesn't get released, like dopamine is less, Parkinson's can happen. So andha madri lot of this is there. Okay, yes, gamma amino butyric acid. Gamma amino butyric acid is your GABA full form. So this one you should remember. This is the whole structure. So this is your entire synapse. Okay, synapse region we say, where the synapse will happen. Okay, the signal has to be sent. So yella synapse me inge da nadakum. Okay, inge da nadakum. I hope diagram is super clear. I feel the diagram is good also. So I don't want you to think, oh no, diagram I have to draw. Okay, I told you, when the gap is above 2 nanometer, we will do chemical synapse. Okay, chemical synapse will happen if it is above 2 nanometer. So remember, this synapse is going to happen when the gap is more than 2 nanometer, which will lead to chemical synapse, which is very, very beneficial for us. Okay, this is the whole thing. Done, done, done. Okay, Yes, a beautiful diagram is done. So, yes, this is the diagram. Inge same students, look here, the synaptic vessels, yes. Here one thing I wanted to tell you all, students, for this to happen, okay, for this to happen, we need one more person who is going to help us, other than nama calcium gated channels. Calcium gated channels also will start opening when the impulse is being transported, okay. Imagine calcium also intake has to happen. So, that is why I always put diagram, because sometime while teaching so many things, no, we might skip something. So, adanala. So, remember calcium also, we need to have calcium gated channels, okay. Okay, calcium gated channels also will be there, which will allow the entry. So, voltage gated calcium channels will be there, which is again going to help for this entire synapse to happen. And students, neurotransmitter molecules are there, ion channel receptors are there, either the postsynaptic neuron, synaptic left, presynaptic neuron. Why are we calling neuron? Because presynaptic region is a region of an axon ending of one neuron. Postsynaptic na, it's an dendrite of another neuron. So, adanala we can call pre and post. Okay, we can call it pre and post. Okay. Yes, we are going to the next topic. I hope no one has any doubts here, because we are going to learn the entire nervous system, adakapuram brain, and then we are done with the chapter. Okay, then we'll be done with the chapter. So, students, we are starting with the nervous system, which we already understood. The basic we have understood about brain and the central nervous system. Anna, we are going to write the whole flow chart here. Okay, it's okay, right? It's very, you'll be like, ma'am, what is this, ma'am? Okay, what is this, ma'am? You're drawing like this, you'll ask. But then what to do, students? This is how I can draw. I'm just checking if we skipped anything. Nothing, I believe. Okay, I always keep NCRT because the problem is later, no? And my notes also, because the problem is sometimes when we are teaching a lot, நம்ம வந்து அது இதும் skip ஆகும். Not just me, for many teachers it happens, all the teachers it happens. So that is why this is very important for us to keep. Okay. Okay. Now, one thing I'll add here only. Here I'll add, or no, here I'll add. Students, there's one terminology which you have to know. It's called as saltation. This basically happens in only myelinated neurons. And the nodes of Ranvier irukilla, students, that is the region where the axon will be exposed. Right, the axon will be exposed. Illana, axon will not be exposed. So, the region where the axon is exposed, that region the signals can jump. Okay, I have two hands. Oh, yeah, I do have two hands. Okay, this is the myelin sheet, correct? Now, remember, the signals will jump from one node of Ranvier, okay, from one node of Ranvier to another node of Ranvier, from this node to the next node of Ranvier, and this is called as saltation, jumping of the signals. Okay, I'll use another color because orange is not visible at all. Okay, so from here to here, from here to here, and this is called as saltation. This is called as what, students? Saltation, where it is called as jumping. Okay, jumping of the signal. Jumping of the signal. Okay, where does they jump? They jump from one node of Ranvier to another node of Ranvier. In this term, we call it as the saltation. Node of Ranvier. Okay, from one node of Ranvier to another node of Ranvier, where the axon are exposed. Okay, where the axon is exposed. Okay, where the axon is exposed and the region le jumping happen. This condition is called as saltation. Okay, done. Okay, now we will go to this portion. Okay, students, our nervous system is normal CNS, then we have PNS, peripheral nervous system. This we already learned. Okay, so now we are going to write nama PNS le 2 again we can write somatic somatic nervous system, okay, and autonomic nervous system. Okay, autonomic nervous system. Enna irukum? Somatic nervous system, adukapurama autonomic nervous system. Okay va? Yes ma'am. Okay. Now again I can further divide this autonomic nervous system to sympathetic and parasympathetic. I feel like I should have written little this side. 1 second students, calculation error in space, okay. If we are weak in maths, all this will happen. How many cranial nerves do we have? Okay, are you all marking your attendance? I want to have 100 plus likes before the class get over, okay. Yeah, yes ma'am, done. Okay, again we have somatic nervous system, adukapurama autonomic nervous system. Okay, in the autonomic nervous system students, again it's further divided. Okay, autonomic nervous system under it is further divided. Okay, further divided into sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic, adukappuram parasympathetic. Sympathetic usually works in, we can say, in voluntary action and during fight and flight, that is during emergency situations. Okay, emergency situations. And our parasympathetic one usually during the rest. Okay, rest and digestion solluvaanga. So emergency and rest. Okay va? Clear? Yes ma'am, clear. Okay, so yes, this people will take care of all the voluntary activities. Nama skeletal muscle da, this is the only one we can control. Ellame voluntary activities. Adu vandu all the involuntary activities, and again division is there. So idu da nama basic division. Okay. Now here CNS la we have brain and then we have spinal cord. So whichever nerves are going to the brain and the spinal cord will go through the peripheral nervous system, and that brings us to the next topic students, nama brain. Okay, first nama brain la we will draw the nama cranium. Okay, what is it called? It is called our cranium. Okay, after that the first layer I want to draw. All of you tell me how many bones are there in the cranium. I taught you this in locomotion and movement, so you should be in a position to answer. Okay, you should be in a position to answer. Okay, adukappuram students, we will draw the next layer. Okay, and then we will draw the last layer. Okay, the last layer. So these are the layers. I have just drawn it like layer wise only. Otherwise, it will become, again we can draw it in whichever way we want, but Anna, the labeling is important. Okay, labeling is very important. Clear? Yes, tell me. Understood? Okay. Yes, let's start labeling. Yes, how much? Yes, so students, the first portion is called the cranium. Cranium. Okay. Now, cranium like 8 bones are present. All of you remember? What is the trick I told you to remember it? The trick to remember it is step off. Okay. Step off. Sphenoid, temporal, ethmoid, parietal, occipital, frontal. In this I told you 2 are paired. 2 paired. Which are the 2 paired? PT teachers always come in pair. So these are the paired structures. So this is what we have studied. 8 bones are there in the cranium. Adukapram students, the first layer that you are seeing here is nothing but it's called the dura mater. Okay, what is it called? Dura mater. Okay, dura mater. That is the first layer. Dura mater is the first layer. Okay, matter, not matter. Okay, first is the dura mater. Adukapram, what you are seeing in pink, another, this is called as the arachnoid. This is called what? The arachnoid. In the arachnoid matter, the next varadu. Okay, CRACHNOID. Okay, arachnoid. Okay, arachnoid. Then we have this layer, which is the innermost layer, which is called the pie mater. Pia mater also some people tell, pie mater. Okay, pie mater. Now students, all these three, dura mater, arachnoid and the pie mater, contribute to something called as meninges, which are a protective layer of your brain. Okay, protective layer of your brain. Now look here, namakku vandu spaces irukume center la. Yes ma'am, obviously. In the space, students, I will call it subdural space. Subdural space. Okay, because it is between the dura mater and the arachnoid mater. So in the space again, subarachnoid space. Very good. Sub. Talapati kacheri, talapati kacheri. Okay, yes. Idu vandu, where is it? Arachnoid. Subarachnoid matter. Done? Is this clear? I should have drawn it a little more bigger, but it's okay. Okay, subarachnoid matter. Space, sorry. Subarachnoid space. Okay, space. Subarachnoid space. So in the space, students, namakku vandu CSF fluid will be there. Okay, spinal fluid. Okay, cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, not centro, sorry, cerebrospinal fluid, which will act as a shock absorber. For everything, fluids are going to be present. In heart we saw, in lungs we saw. Okay, so everywhere fluid is going to be present because they can act as shock absorbers during jerk. Okay, shock absorbers. Done. Is this clear? Cranium done. So in the dura mater, students, remember this, all these three are called as meninges. Okay, dura mater. Now this is outside to inside order I am writing. This also had come as a question, that what is the order from outside to inside. So this is the outside to inside. It is called DAP. Okay, outside to inside, DAP. Okay, and we have pie mater. So this is the DAP. Okay, rap madri DAP. So these three are meninges. Now from inside to outside. Okay, inside to outside one, the pie mater, arachnoid again in the center, adukapram nama dura mater. So idu da nama pad. Okay, what is it called? Pad. Done. Okay, pad. Now look here, these all form the meninges, which is the protective layer in your brain. I have shown this video once on my Telegram, Gopika Biology Telegram, and the Telegram in the videos I have shown how the meninges have been removed. Okay, these are the protective covering, but cranium is there, which is the skull, which is the most protective covering. Anna, we also have meninges. Okay, we also have meninges. Is this done? Okay, so this is your brain. Now we should understand that your brain is divided into, okay, brain is divided into 3 main regions. Okay, brain is divided into forebrain. This also we have studied from smaller classes. Forebrain, midbrain, adukaprom hindbrain. Okay, hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain is the 3 partitions of the brain. Now here you should remember what is there in each of these layers as well. Okay, what is there in each of these layers as well. Number 4 brain la vanda we have the cerebrum. Okay, we say no cerebral hemisphere, so we have the cerebrum, we have the diencephalon, we have studied this in frog as well, diencephalon. Okay, then we have thalamus. Again in diencephalon only we can write epithalamus, thalamus and hypothalamus. Then we will write the olfactory lobes. Olfactory lobes. Done. In the diencephalon lata namakku vanda we have to write 2 main thing, nama thalamus and hypothalamus. We already know hypothalamus is the headmaster of our chemical coordination, that is release of hormones. Ellame hypothalamus la control lata. It is master of master glands. Okay, pituitary is considered master gland, adukku mele master da, so hypothalamus. Adukapra students nama midbrain is more of a, what you tell, very sensitive, where the vision is there, auditory is there, andha madri oru portion. So midbrain la vanda namakku corpora, okay, corpora quadrigemina. Corpora quadrigemina. In the corpora quadrigemina, you have to remember, namakku vanda optic lobes are going to be there and auditory is going to be there. Okay, like this. Corpora quadrigemina, where we will have optic and your auditory regions. Other than that students, we are going to have our cerebral aqueduct, we will read the NCERT also, don't worry, these terms are important for you. Okay, peduncles also we can say. Okay, done. Yes, hindbrain, now hindbrain la vanda we have cerebellum, who is the one who is going to help us with all the balancing. Cerebrum is the one who is going to do the intelligent quotient, that means IQ basis la ellame this fellow only is going to do, and the cerebrum will have cortex as well. Cortex will do all the complex functions. Okay, so cerebellum, then we will have medulla oblongata, and your pons. Okay, these are the regions in your hindbrain. Got it? Yes. Okay, so the question will come. Remember all of you, question has come about the brain stem. Brain stem is made up of what and what? We say your midbrain, medulla oblongata, pons. Okay, done. Brain stem. Yes ma'am, done. So this is the main thing that you have to study in your hindbrain, midbrain, all of that, and then we will go to our NCERT reading. Okay, just look here. The brain is the central information processing organ of our body and acts as a command and control. Acts as a command and control system. Okay. It controls the voluntary movements, balances of the body, functioning of the vital involuntary organs, lungs, heart, kidney, thermoregulation, hunger and thirst, circadian rhythms of our body, activities of several endocrine and the human behavior. It is also the site for processing of vision, hearing, speech, memory, intelligence, emotions and thoughts. The human brain is well developed with well protected by a skull. Okay, inside the skull is a brain covered by cranial meninges. That is, your cranial meninges means what? Your dura mater, pi mater, all of that. Okay, dura mater, pi mater, arachnoid matter, consisting of an outer layer called as your dura mater. Okay, outer layer which is called as your dura mater, a very thin middle layer which is called as your arachnoid, and an inner layer which is in contact with the brain tissue called as your pi mater. Okay, pi mater. The brain can be divided into major parts called as the forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, done. Okay, midbrain and hindbrain. Is this understood? Yes, ma'am, understood. Now just look here, students. This is your entire brain structure. You can start from the lobes as well. Okay, we already have studied the cranium, the lobes as well. Frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal, ethmoid, sphenoid. We have already studied. Here again, we have just put frontal lobe. We have corpus callosum. We have hypothalamus. We have pituitary gland, medulla oblongata, pons, spinal cord. Again, it continues like that. Occipital, pineal gland, parietal, thalamus. So you can see how the brain has so many structures. Okay, so many structures. And remember, students, yella structure mein, to keep it like, you know, very, very attached, they have sutures. Okay, there are sutures which are present. All of you remember, I taught you this in locomotion as well, that synovial fluid, like that, your immovable structure is going to be this portion. Clear? Yes, we are coming to the end of this chapter. So, Adinala, I want all of you to quickly smash the like button and be very, very excited because we are almost finishing this chapter. Okay. Now, the forebrain consists of cerebrum. I already wrote once. Cerebrum, thalamus and hypothalamus. Cerebrum forms the major part of the human brain. A deep cleft divides the cerebrum longitudinally into two halves. We all know, usually small class we are studying about cerebral hemispheres. We are studying about left cerebral hemispheres, right cerebral hemispheres, corpus callosum. So same thing here, which are termed as left and right cerebral hemispheres. The hemispheres are connected by a tract of nerve fibers which are called as corpus callosum, which I showed you in this diagram, right? In this diagram I showed you, this is the corpus callosum. There is a set of nerve fibers which is helping them both the hemispheres to connect. Okay. The layer of cells which covers the cerebral hemispheres is called as the cerebral cortex. Students, very important, the layer of cells, okay, the layer of cells which cover the cerebral hemisphere is called as the cerebral cortex. In the cortex da yella important ana complex ana functions yella perform pandradhukku help pandrathu, and it is thrown into prominent folds. Okay, so we'll say sulci and gyri, okay, like this. In the madri foldings irukum. Okay, in the madri foldings irukum. This foldings will help the neurons, that is, it will increase the surface area, so the neurons, more neurons can be fitting into that spaces. Okay, fitting into that spaces. Gyri and sulci we can say. Okay, pronunciation might be little different. Ana adada main. Okay, gyri, gyri and sulci. Okay, clear? Sulci. Fissures, yes, correct. Okay, so here gyri and fissures, again small and large fissures will be there. You can also see sulci. This will increase the surface area for which the more neurons can be placed, and it is thrown into prominent folds. The cerebral cortex is referred to as the grey matter due to the greyish appearance. So we have studied this as well, students. Nama cerebral cortex there is grey matter as well as white matter. Nama spinal cord it's there, but it is ulta, reversed. Okay, grey matter and white matter, greyish appearance. The neuron cell bodies are concentrated here, giving that color. So cell bodies are going to be present where? In the grey matter, and the myelin sheath, the axon part, is going to be present in the white matter, because myelin sheath is whitish in color, so you can connect it like that. Okay, so here you can see number neuron cell bodies are concentrated here, giving that color. The cerebral cortex contains motor area, sensory area, hemispheres and large regions which are neither clearly sensory or motor, which we call as the relay regions. Okay. Now, these regions are called as association areas and are responsible for complex functions like intersensory association, memory and communication. So, what and all they are going to do? Intersensory association, memory and communication they are going to take care of. And fibers of the tracts are covered with the myelin sheath, which constitute the inner part of the cerebral hemisphere, which gives the appearance of the white matter. Clear? White matter appearance edukku students, because of the presence of nama myelin sheath, because of the presence of nama myelin sheath, hence it is called the white matter. Okay, hence it is called the white matter. Now look here, the thalamus, the hypothalamus contains a number of centers which control the body temperature, urge of eating and drinking. So the hypothalamus contains a number of centers which are going to help us with what? With the body temperature, urge for eating and as well as drinking, urge of eating and drinking. It also contains several groups of neurosecretory cells, which we already studied in chemical coordination. Neurosecretory cells which secrete the hormones called as hypothalamic hormones. The inner parts of the cerebral hemispheres are a group of associated deep structures like your amygdala, hippocampus, etc., which form a structure called as the limbic lobe. What does it form, students? Limbic lobe or your limbic system. Along with hypothalamus, it is involved in the regulation of sexual behavior, expression of emotional behavior. That is, whenever you are, cracking your NEET examination, in the limbic system and the first work agum with the help of hypothalamus. Let's say when you have a lot of anger, that time also this limbic system is going to work. Any sexual behavior that you show also is because of this limbic system. Okay. So, I'll show you the diagram of it. Just look here, amygdala, you have the entire structure like this. This is the hippocampus, this is the thalamus region, and this together is going to regulate your emotions, all your rage, anger, pleasure, pressure, all that will be taken care by these people. Okay, taken care by these people. So that is the forebrain here, students. One more I have put here. Here also you should understand that we have different lobes, and yella lobe may it is helping for one or the other thing, like frontal lobe thinking, speaking, memory, movement, temporal lobe hearing, learning and feeling, brainstem breathing, heart rate and temperature, your parietal lobe language and touch, occipital lobe vision and color perception, okay, and cerebellum balance coordination. Or let's say one person is drinking, okay, குடிச்சிட்டு போன வரியில you can see that he goes zigzag. எதுக்கு? Because he is not trying to do some zigzag pattern. It is because his cerebellum has lost the balance. Okay, the alcohol will affect the cerebellum and the person will automatically lose the balance. So adinala he is walking like a snake. Okay, zigzag ana movements he is doing. Students, in the midbrain, forebrain, hindbrain topic வந்து லாஸ்ட்ல வந்து ஒரு வாட்டி ரிவைஸ் பண்ணியா போதும். You don't have to continuously sit and study this. லாஸ்ட் மினிட்ல ஒரு ரிவிஷன் போதும், அவ்வளோதான். forebrainல என்ன இருக்கு, midbrainல என்ன இருக்கு, hindbrainல என்ன இருக்கு, அவ்வளோதான். காம்ப்ளிகேட்டடான டாபிக்ஸ் எதுவுமே இல்லை. ஸோ அதனால லாஸ்ட் மினிட்ல ஒரு குவிக் ரிவிஷன் மாதிரி you can do it. Okay, now you try to just listen to the class, but the first part of this chapter is very important. Action potential, nothing you can by heart, you have to understand, right? If it is to by heart, then why am I standing here? There's no point of me standing here. And many of you are watching this lecture who has not subscribed. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We have to become 13K. We are almost there, but we are still little bit behind, so I want all of you to subscribe as well. Next one, students, number midbrain. The midbrain is located between the thalamus and the hypothalamus of the forebrain and the pons of the hindbrain. So thalamus, hypothalamus, pons in the middle la vandu nama midbrain present ayirukum. A canal called as cerebral aqueduct, I had already written, no, or we call it as cerebral peduncle. So aqueduct passes through the midbrain. The dorsal portion of the midbrain consists of mainly 4 round swellings which are called as corpora quadrigemina. What are they going to help for, students? They are going to help for auditory functions, listening, okay, auditory and optic, that is for, okay, that is for vision and hearing. Okay, auditory and optic, corpora quadrigemina. Last one, the nama hindbrain. Hindbrain comprises of nama pons. Okay, nama pons powder keriyada students, pons varoli, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Pons consist of a fiber tract that interconnects different regions of the brain. Cerebellum has a very convoluted surface in order to provide additional space for many more neurons. So and the structure வந்து ரொம்ப convoluted ஆயிருக்கும். So many neurons or multiple neurons can be fit into that place. Okay, the medulla of the brain is connected to the spinal cord. All of you know this, yes or no? I drew the structure also sometime back. So this is how the connection will be there, and this is your structure. So brain, from the brain your ventricles are there, from there the attachment is happening. In brain also ventricles is there, I hope you know this. The medulla of the brain is connected to the spinal cord. The medulla contains centers which control what and all, students? Respiration, okay, respiration, cardiovascular reflexes and gastric secretions. Okay, three major regions make up the brain stem. What is that? Midbrain, I already told you this. Midbrain, pons, as well as your medulla oblongata. So you have to remember MP, okay, MP, minister, midbrain, okay, sorry, brain stem is the MP, that is your midbrain, pons varoli and your medulla oblongata, MPM. So brain stem forms the connection between the brain and the spinal cord. Is this clear? Forebrain I made you right here. So in the one flow chart is enough, students. This flow chart is enough. Ana in the flow chart le இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் additional informations you can add, where you can talk about, you know, corpus callosum, you can talk about left hemisphere, right hemisphere. Here also same thing only, you don't have to break your head. Cerebellum, medulla oblongata, here you just add about the brain stem. Okay, நம்ம brain stem பத்தி add பண்ணலாம். Okay, midbrain, pons, medulla oblongata. Okay, this is the brain stem. Okay, so this is the important thing. So see, we are done and dusted. Okay, this chapter got over faster than I thought. Okay, so make sure that all of you are subscribing to the channel and smashing the like button, so you do not miss out on any notification and any important things that I am posting for all of you. And students, in the coming week you are going to get a week quiz where we are going to have a physics and biology battle, and chemistry also. Actually ma'am has you know, met with a small, very small minor accident. So because of that there is a slight delay in ma'am's entry, but ma'am will be coming in this week itself, in this week end, or mostly in the next week starting. Chemistry ma'am's videos will be live on the channel. So now physics, chemistry and biology is very strong on the channel. Now it's only about a matter of time how you are going to use this channel beneficially, or you are going to put your excuses in front of us. So now you cannot complain about anything, because before you used to complain that chemistry teacher is not there. Now that chemistry teacher also comes, I do not want any of you to complain. Instead, look at all of our hard work and make sure that you're utilizing the channel in the right way. Okay, so thank you so much, Pasangla. See you all in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Awesome class, I hope it was. Make sure to let me know in the comment section. Let me know your attendance. How do you put your attendance? Gopika, present ma'am. How was the class? This is how you should put your attendance. I want to see all of your attendance, just like how you do it in college and schools. I want to see your attendance in the comment section as well. Make sure to let me know your attendance as well as how the class was. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye.